Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Music Perspective, the only show where we just compare music without tearing them down and see the similarities within each and every artist or group to find the real unity. Where today, instead of doing an entire background check on a lot of these artists, instead we're just going to focus on just these two ladies' individual styles and see what the similarity is. So let's first jump into the R&B side of things with Iyla.
Yeah, I need some space, I need a break.
Now, coming out of the gate for the last 2 years is Iyla. Coming with only 2 EPs on her belt, this lady has wowed audiences worldwide with her introspective sounds of heartbreak, triumph, and clarity. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, that's just something that's always in the R&B market. Everyone talks about all the sort of things. Yes, but there's a certain charisma that you need in order to be a real success. The likes of Neo, the likes of Jay Holiday, the likes of, well, any R&B singer that I could think of off the top of my head. Those are only 2 prolific ones I could think of right at this moment. Iyla, as one of the premier female artists that we have today, like Queen Herbie, Blimes, Gifted Gab, Tierra Whack, and many other artists, has truly shown that she has the charisma behind her vocals to say, hello world, I have something of a real message for you that's coming with a little bit of more soul than you ever expected. The EP of War and Raindrops really touched on something that is not really very well conveyed in the R&B scene that well. Many people just want to say R&B is just about the whole soul, the sexy, the everything, but you also gotta tackle that it is a roller coaster. Tackle the fact that it is an up and down step for anything of romance, of friendships, of any sort of real connections. Iyla has encompassed the entire scene in the palm of her hands to say, boom. Let me show you guys this huge roller coaster ride with all of the warring scars, the raindrops from all of the tears I've cried in my sleeps, from all of the happiness and the woes in a huge spiral that is the ways of life. And then with her newest EP, Other Ways to Vent, which is a triumphant song in a lot of different facets about how to get through the darkest times to find the betterness in your whole reaches for your own happiness, your own joys, your own clarity bells to just ring true for yourself. Each song has its own varying degrees of an emotion of either something that seems dark but also has that levity of, yes, it's a harsh truth, just a huge slap in the face, but it's real. Certain people will take advantage of you to do this, then the third thing. Sometimes I feel like just tattooing the tears on my face because of what you've done to me. I need to cut the strings here because of all the stuff that you've done. It's a huge notion for a lot of different people, man and woman, that feels all of these things. It resonates with the soul. It resonates with everyone's emotions and their memories about what it was to feel love in certain regards. And that's just the beauty of how all of this goes with how Iyla herself as an artist just conveys the best, even if it's for a topic that feels like the worst, like the whole world is crumbling around you. And then we have the other side of things with hip-hop / rhythm and poetry.
Who do you know here? Can't even get past the fucking bouncer.
On the hip-hop / rhythm and poetry side, we have Winnie. Now, this artist has been around for a while. However, certain things have certain limitations in the information gathering on this end, so all I have is her current works from when she won a contest for Ali Dominique, along with a few songs that she did 3 years ago, like Catastrophe, all the way up to her album, If I May, that dropped recently, where she had JID on the track along with various other artists, like Ilmac, Kayla J, Dame, and versatile or versatile. God, I can't English right now when it comes to hip hop because so many names are misleading. Regardless, we're focusing on Winnie and her very, very in-depth contribution to hip hop right now because she is definitely one of the up and ups to be a rising star in the hip hop community. Being able to walk down certain aisles of the hugest brands of hip hop glory and regal air, as it were. Getting the blessings from many different people, like even Twista of all acclaims. Twista, one of the most acclaimed fast rappers alive, was like, I'm gonna give this girl the cosign. Having that, along with being an opening act slash just an associating act slash co-touring with one of Dreamville's highest artists right now of Earth Gang, the duo from the dirty south of the East Coast. That is just so sublime with how poetic that is. Nothing from Winnie just screams it was haphazard. Nothing from her screams like it was just a stroke of luck. She worked her ass off. And you can sense it, you can feel it, you can vibe with it in every song that she has made. Every small note, every big melody, every Sweet 16 bar set. You can sense it in every wordplay, rhyme scheme, everything. Because she's a fighter. She knows what she wants to tell the crowd, even if it's a small whisper. She knows what she's doing, how she's saying it, how to convey it with the audience. That is a powerful artist, that is an incredible MC, and I can't wait to see more from her. But I'm already gushing enough about these ladies, so if I keep on going like this, people are gonna be like, you's a simp! So let's get into the nitty-gritty about how these two, in a perspective market, aren't that different. Now at this moment, you're all probably wondering, now these are two various different genres that have nothing to do with each other. So why are you bringing up Iyla or Winnie? Shouldn't they just be in two different categories entirely for an entire retrospective? If you were trying to be a normal show, then yes. However, like I've tried to prove beforehand with other genres, sometimes in the same field of rock and metal, or sometimes just a cappella with just a singular voice of hip-hop and R&B behind themselves, you can find a lot of variations of similarities within the artists. Iyla's ability to convey her own unique energies and emotions behind each and every lyric is the same veracity and the exact same, I would say, intensity that Winnie gives in all of her performances, as well as through the lyricism. You can't have one person just trying to do the same thing without the other, and that's the basic means behind it. But another thing is how they've taken a very little platform that they are given as female artists in the genre, where although we have many powerhouses that are in the industry as a whole, a lot of them only got that far because of compromises against their character to be where they are today. Iyla and Winnie, they're doing it without compromises. They're selling out shows as headliners or their own countrywide tours by themselves on their own unique platforms, getting cosigns from different individuals on radio appearances, on different interview segments here and there, on red carpets. They're making their headway as true queens of the industry without having to circumnavigate to be anything but themselves. And in my opinion, that means more of a hierarchy to queendom of their genre than anything that I could see from any of the big heads at the current moment in time. Better than Beyonce, better than Mariah Carey, better than Rihanna. And although I'll probably eat those words in the near future from someone just saying, they eventually sold out! At the current time point, I have more respect for artists like Iyla, like Winnie, and many other individuals I'll be going over in the upcoming episodes to come. Be that as it may, that is all I want to discern with all of these artists, but Frankly, yes, that's how I'm going to feel about this episode. And let's gear up for the final one. Well, not final one, but just the final one for the 2020s, because the next one that's going to lead up into it is going to be our season finale. I will see you all then.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the best in the world!
Yeah.